NBA Straya, how are you going? You should be great. It's Thursday, December 11. The week is over. Come on. You're not doing any work on Friday, December 12. What are you talking about? This is NBA Straya's best and worst of the day for Thursday, December 11. I'm your host, James Clements, here in Larry Armour Studios. And the NBA Cup is a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Yes. Let's start with the daily whip around. Derek Lively is done for the season. Pour one out for all the Mavs fans out there, hoping that he'd return and give them that three-headed big monster with AD and Gafford. He had surgery on his right foot, which sucks. He had bone spur surgery in the off-season, came back. He played 7 games across the entire year. Basically, they need to go back in and fix some stuff because he's got a lot of discomfort. He missed, there was a stress fracture in his right ankle last year too, which is why he missed a bunch of time, had some bone spur injury. This sucks. Lively being there was one of those reasons where the Mavs could sort of go, we'll play AD for a few months and then maybe trade him for the trade deadline in February. What do you reckon? Lively's not playing. We don't. We'll have to keep AD, I guess, which is fine. My entire thing with the Mavs is just keep AD, get Kyrie back, help out Cooper Flag as much as you can. Right? Good. Go do that now. In some good injury news, good news, everybody. Steph Curry's going to be back this weekend for the Warriors, so that's kind of neat, isn't it? I think that's our Saturday. The Warriors play the Wolves. He was dealing with that weird sort of thigh, butt, hip contusion, so hopefully he's okay. Hey, let's wrap up some games from the NBA Cup. Game wraps. Phoenix got absolutely straight killed.
So he got straight killed
by the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is embarrassing. The Suns got absolutely shellacamated. 138-89. It didn't even feel that close. But Tim, that's 49 points, yes. This was a bloodbath from the get-go, right? OKC had 33 points with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. And they had that massive flurry at the end of the first half. They hit 4 threes in a row. And you're like, just stop it. They're already dead. It's they're down 26. Jeez. Grayson Allen gets booted in the third quarter. They're down 43. Oh, God. They can't hit a shot. OKC had 110 points by the end of the third quarter. Call off the dogs. Jesus. They're up 38. Their stars just sat for the rest of the night, obviously. OKC end up shooting 60% from the floor. Phoenix, 39%. And it's just a horrifying realization that a Phoenix team that has been very feisty, very good, keeping games close, if not winning some of them. They didn't have Devin Booker. Yes, I get that. But wow, was this a statement from OKC? Of is this a game that matters? Okay, we're going to kick your heads in. We've lost one game this year, and it was by 2 points, and we blew a crazy lead because Denny Avdia went off his head. It's yeah, this might be the greatest team of all time. Oh, Lord. OKC are terrifying. Terrifying. Just they go now to Vegas to take on the Spurs team after they beat the Lakers. I'll get to that in a second. And it kind of feels like Alien versus Predator. Whoever wins, we lose. Remember that movie? It sucked. Anyway, hey, the other game. So that was a laugher. The Spurs, Lakers, was a little bit closer, but Thunder Suns was just, At some point, you got to go, should we just start the other game now? Because it was a late start even on the West Coast, right? So it's just come on, just get them go. Anyway, Thunder now 24-1. That's just taking the piss, right? It's just unbelievable. Suns dropped to 14-11. Spurs beat the Lakers 132-119. A crazily fun game. The Spurs young dudes dominated this from the get-go to the point where, I don't know, they're very clearly not afraid of anything or anybody, right? That's just kind of how they're operating. And I think the biggest takeaway from this early, they came out like the Clappers, were up by 9 really, really quickly. And I think me going into this game, I'm like, right, that Lakers offense is sick, right? You've got Reeves, you've got LeBron James, you've got Luka Doncic. And this is one of those games where you're like, feels a hint redundant to have Austin Reeves as a starter on this team and to not have the three of them staggered in this perfect sort of 48-minute cycle. And the Spurs went, "You're right, Jim. Check this out." Bang! And that's it. Because I think the biggest takeaway I had, apart from the Reeves conversation, is simply, wow, is it important to have young athletic dudes who play both ways, right? That's not stunning, really, but my God, we forget about that sometimes. Because, like, God bless the Lakers cotton socks. You've got Rui Hachimura, and you've got DeAndre dominating out there. Basically a bloke who doesn't even know if he likes basketball. Then you got old-ass LeBron James, skinny Luka, and Austin Reeves, who's not exactly the world's greatest defensive stopper. On the flip side, you had Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper. Keldon Johnson came into the game off his head. He was just smashing everything. Devin Vassell. And I love the fact, like, even Champagne is hardcore. Like, just weird dudes like this. They were flying around, causing all sorts of havoc. And when you've got that sort of defensive mindset, even without a 7'40" French bloke who could win Defensive Player of the Year every year that he plays, this was insane. So they had, only 11 turnovers, the Lakers, but because all the Spurs did was attack, they got to the line a million times, right? And this is like one of those things about young teams that you sort of see, it's like, oh God, they don't care. Like, it was a weirdly officiated game, but they just went hammer and tongs. And Fox gives them just such a great point of attack ball handler that can set everything up nicely. And then when you've got escape valves like Stephon Castle, Harper, even Keldon Johnson in a pinch, Black Falcon, Harrison Barnes, they've got just so many options. And it's weird because, like, you look at the redundancy of the Lakers versus how complementary the Spurs guards are, and it's stunning, right? So it just sort of fit a little bit better, even with Fox sort of, it's not like he was deferring or anything, but he didn't have like the world's greatest game, but he was so solid and steadying. And he also proved just how important he was when he hit that massive three. So there was a big run by the Lakers in the fourth quarter that woke up this crowd. It was like 11-0 run. It gets it to 8 points. You're like, let's go. And then Fox snags a three and you're like, aha, 3 minutes 30 to go. They ran away with it from there. Crazy fun game, really. The swings and roundabouts. LeBron ends up with a 19-point, 15 rebound, 8 assist game with 3 blocks. It was awesome. 35, 5 and 8 for Luka. 15 on 6 of 16 shooting for Reeves with 7 assists, 3 turnovers as well, right? Marcus Smart shot the piss out of it, hit 8 of 14 from 3, and no one else did anything else, really. Like, Rui was fine, Ayton was fine, but it's like, what does Gabe Vincent do? Right? Lakers fans are like, what do you do? Gabe, what do you do? He's like, I hit threes and I play some defense. Like, can you do either of them right now? He's like, no. It's brutal. Anyway, great win for the Spurs. They're 16-7. They're off to Vegas to take on the Thunder. That is a great matchup of the two preeminent young teams in the NBA right now. Because Denver, Houston, very good. Not exactly young, right? One of them's got KD on it, but anyway. Lakers 17-6. And this is kind of the thing. The Spurs have been playing so well without Wemby. I kind of discounted like the defensive aspect of their game and how they might be able to run rings around the Lakers, and that's what they did. So good on them. Who was the NBA Straya Approved Performer of the night, Jim?
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Probably the bloke who's having one of the greatest offensive seasons of all time. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 28 points in 27 minutes, gets to sit another third quarter. It's amazing when you talk about wear and tear in the NBA, and SGA's like, what wear and tear? I mean, I'm playing like 28 minutes a game. It's great. My team's so good. We might go 81-1. I don't care. He had 28 points, a ridiculous plus 43, hit everything, caused all sorts of havoc. The 8 assists and 2 rebounds are just garnish at this point. That's 96 consecutive games he's had 20-plus points, which is just crazy. Like, that's the Bronze 10-plus point streak is good. SGA, like, honing in on like the overall best 20-point scoring streak is absolutely insane. which I think is Wilt 126 or something. Stephon Castle, though, also gets the nod. He was unreal in this game. I love his hair. I love that he's back. And he's like, hey, remember me, the rookie of the year from last year? I'm awesome. And you're like, yes, you are. Look at him go. 30, 10, and 6 he had. 10 of 14 shooting, 3 of 6 from deep. Absolutely massive. Instrumental in them completely dismantling the Lakers on both ends. He and Harper, like the sheer length and size of those dudes, unreal. Absolutely unreal. Right. Spud of the night.
Spud, 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 it is Spud of the night.
Devin Vassell went like 2 of 10, but like you don't want to really belabor the point because the Spurs were awesome and he was still really good. The Phoenix starters shot a combined 12 of 42. Now again, I'm no maths magician, but that is woof shocking. That's Spud worthy for like all time. I think they went 4 of 16 from 3 combined as well. Dylan Brooks himself went 4 of 16 as well. Not great all round. There's some Spuds right there. And in terms like I was tempted to give Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves finally came good a little bit late. Hit a couple of big shots in that 11-zip run. Great three-point play, a big corner three. Just wasn't quite enough. 6 of 16 for his 15 points. Not ideal, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, how about old mate, no mates?
Old mate, no mates.
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 Who's got no mates today? That would be Grayson, the most punchable man in the NBA, Allen. He laid out Chet Holmgren on a screen, which is A, embarrassing for Chet, and B, pretty funny, and C, got him kicked out. But you watch that, you're like, I don't know, it's not really a basketball play. You just sort of tried to knock a bloke off his feet. Not great, but by the same token, if this is anybody outside of Grayson Allen or Draymond or Dylan Brooks, like there's a level of we hate you so much from the NBA refs that like give us a chance and we will kick you out. Grayson Allen's on there, right? He's just got that super punchable face. So it was great to see him get heckled, but like it started a scuffle as well in that game, which is pretty funny. And then you see Grayson Allen off to the side grinning like a supervillain, and you're like, old mate, no mates. Absolutely for sure. Like he's the kind of bloke when like his teammates are like, yeah, Grayson's a good dude. Yeah, I just don't hang out with him though. Right? Looks too much like Coach K. It's very weird. The other one is Kyle Kuzma and Kevin Porter Jr. saying that Giannis didn't meet with his teammates to talk about, oh, we need to concentrate on the basketball. So completely contradicting a Chris Haynes report. Everyone's clowning Chris Haynes. I'm also like, wait a minute. What if Giannis spoke to everybody but Kuzma and KPJ because he hates them? I'm just saying, with those two dudes, it's very possible. They're a couple of old mate, no mates. Pantsing of the night. Well, I mean, Chet getting decked by a dude half his size who's also white was pretty funny. The white on white crime. But really, there were 2 Chet blocks on Dylan Brooks that was just like, the second one was like, all right, I think you guys should just pack up and go home at this point because it is not happening. The one where he blocks it out of bounds and falls on his ass. It was an amazing block. Chet is just, I think it's this weird sort of situation where Wemby's there. We've got Chet. Chet misses a season to start off his career. He's sort of, second, third fiddle on this OKC team. He's awesome. Like he had 24 and 8 today and like 3 blocks and barely blinked. He was so instrumental in like them just kicking the absolute living crap out of Phoenix. And you kind of go, yeah, Chet's pretty good. You see him get wiped out by Grayson Allen. Meanwhile, he's like blocking everything left, right, and center. And the other one was obviously LeBron going whack on Luke Cornett, which just felt like a legacy. You were on the Celtics. I'm going to dunk on you. Moment. You had Bronny in the background going, oh my God. And watching his dad dunk on a white guy. Pretty funny. Better than Lonzo Ball, Ben Simmons, and Bronny James.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. He's coming for everybody.
Coming for everybody. I mean, Dylan Harper, a 13-3-3, very, very good today. The 30-10-6 for Stephon Castle is very good. But how about, in honor of the the Stuart Scott doco out on ESPN now. How about Jamari Booyah? Well, it's Booyah, but still. He had 14, 2, and 6 today because the Suns just went, all right, we are cooked, mate. So ran a bunch of their young dudes out there. He went 6 of 9 from the floor. Nice. 2 of 3 on threes. 14, 2, and 6. Not bloody bad. All right, no Aussies in action today, so let's do a quick preview of tomorrow's games. We have 4 tomorrow for your Friday, so we'll have a Chockers NBA Straya. We might not wrap up those games. We might run it out early as well, depending on how we're going for time. And then just do power rankings and set you up for the weekend, including setting you up for Vegas and the semi-finals of the NBA Cup, which are obviously now set. We have Orlando and New York, and we have the Spurs and OKC. 2 really awesome matchups. So they happen, I think, our Sunday, I want to say. I'll check that. So tomorrow, Friday, we'll set those games up for you properly. Have a look at everything. There's a big Saturday slate and then just those games on Sunday. So we'll do another full show on Sunday night. But tomorrow, our Friday, we have the 4 games. We have the LA Clippers at Houston. And the Rockets are 9.5-point favorites. I feel like this is a James Harden Bowl, right? It's the Clippers, it's Houston. It's also a Chris Paul Bowl, but he's no longer on the Clippers. It'd be funny if he just rocked up using some of those back tunnels. But I think that was at Staples, so it doesn't really work when he's in Houston. But it would be funny if they just signed him like tomorrow and went, now we've got Chris Paul. And he's like, hello. Scare the crap out of him. I'm going to go the Clippers plus 9.5. I think Harden will be absolutely up for this fight. I think the size of Houston will probably bother the Clippers a bit, but they've still got John Collins, Zoobs, Brook Lopez and stuff. I think they can keep this close. I don't know if the Clippers can win it, but it feels like, a couple of days off, this is a team that's old, creaky, bit cranky. If Kawhi can fire it up, I think they can stick close with them. I think you'll get a good Harden game, a good Kawhi game, and away we go. Boston at Milwaukee. Is it Algonquin for the good land? Not tomorrow. I'm going to go Boston minus 8.5. I think they blow the doors off this Bucks team. Without Giannis, it's really hard to see them slowing down Jaylen Brown, let alone Pritchard, White, and all the other just shooters that Boston team has. So I think they can smack them. Let's go the Celtics minus 8.5. Then we have Portland at New Orleans. The Blazers are 4.5-point favorites on the road in Louisiana. The Pelicans are a mess. Derek Queen was really good the other day. Portland's, I think they can still beat the Pels. I think with Denny Utemuster out there causing all sorts of havoc. I think I'm going to go Portland minus 4.5. And then Denver, Sacramento. Wow, remember this? They're 10.5-point underdogs at home, the Kings. This is a Kings team that beat Denver like a week ago. Can they do it again, Jim? No, I think they can keep that one close a little bit, though. So keep an eye out for tomorrow's NBA coffee run for the final picks for those games. They start at 12 noon tomorrow, so yeah, we'll have plenty of time to get the coffee run up for you. But remember, all of our daily picks are over at Dabble. You can use the link in our, show description in our social bios to go check them all out. Go have a look. There you go. That's it for the best of the worst in the NBA today. Of course, though, tune into NBA Straya every day across all of your social channels and, of course, your podcast apps, YouTube, whatever. Spotify video. Let me know if you like the Spotify video stuff or not. Or I can just do it audio again. I don't really care. Anyway, subscribe or I'll fight you. This is NBA Straya saying, look after yourselves, would you? And bang, 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 bang. Later, hosen.